I usually turn the compressor on first thing, but I'm going to wait until I explain what the heck is going on. So again, I don't have all these. Let me turn this around. Once I'm done with this body, this metal work, I'm not gonna, who knows if I'll ever do another car. I mean, I'm getting old. I'm sore. So I don't want to buy a bunch of tools. I got tons of tools. I just don't want to buy any more, and I just want to see if I can do this without the tools. And all I really got to do is this. I mean, I don't think that's rocket science. So this is what I was trying to explain yesterday. Let me just take this off. It'll probably fall on the ground. That's okay, because we're having fun, right? So I was trying to figure out how to make a brake. I think I talked about that, to bend the metal. And I went out and bought this. But then I found this old bed frame. The problem was, this wasn't long enough. So then I searched around, I had an old bed frame, and I clamped it up. But what I was talking about yesterday is, here's the piece of metal. You can see it's tapered, because, I don't know if you can see it, but let's get this round bar. That line is not square to this line. I mean, it would be out like this. You see that? So it's actually got a slight curve to it. And then I got this 1-inch lip here, and like a round here. So, and then the other mess. We're not, again, what I'm learning here is just stick with one piece at a time. So my one piece is, I want to make this piece, well, actually two pieces, and this piece. This piece I have, so I can utilize that. The rest of it's rotted. So I cut that piece to that shape. This 1-inch here, this thing just happens to be 1 inch. This bed frame. That's what this is. This piece is going to have to be a separate piece. I can't make that. I can't do that. I got to weld another piece on. I guess that's what I'm saying. So I got the bed frame bolted, clamped down. But what I noticed is, when I started bending it on a practice piece, this bed frame is too thin, and it would warp out. So I put some machine bolts through here to hold it tight. So there should be a clamp here, okay? I guess I took it off or whatever. A clamp on both ends and then bolts. Now the clamp is okay because I can clamp around this, but I can't clamp around the center. So the bolts will hold it. The frame, the brake, we'll call it a bed frame brake. So then I decided, I marked it and then I scored it. In other words, I cut through partially. So now it'll bend easy. That'll give me this bend. And what I'm hoping is, when I put this in here, I'm gonna have to lift it up a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna put something. I'll put a washer or something in here. And then I'll get that shape, I hope. Now again, the problem I'm going to have is, this is a compound curve, I call it. It curves down and it curves that way. Well, after I bend this is not going to be a compound curve. So I think what I'm going to have to do is make some cuts like this, so I can bend it the other direction. So that's where I'm at. It's Wednesday, and I just got down here. Let's see, I got down here late. This is what I learned. You got to have one table to work on and one table to put your tools on. If not, everything gets stacked up on top of each other. So I think I've already said it 5 times, but so I whenever I want to set a tool down, I try to set it over here, and then I'm trying not to put away tools because then I just have to get them out again. So here I just when I'm done doing the auto body, I'll put these tools away. The other thing I think I said, this piece of iron. This is really, I see all these auto body guys, they have, at least the backyard guys, they have a solid piece of metal. Because if I pound on this table, it's got wheels on it, it just gives. This metal is, well, I can clamp to it, I can pound on it. So, that's the introduction for today. Okay. I got a square edge. That's not what I want. But I'm already thinking of ideas how to fix it. That's too much of a bend. I need to round that off. Okay, I'm going to tell you. I can make this work, but I'm going to tell you where I screwed up. Again, go to Fritz's channel. His #1 rule is don't cut off any metal until you get the shape. Well, see, I cut this piece off, so I can't lay this over and weld it. But I feel stupid right now, but you know what? I'm going to get over that, and I'm going to work through this, and I'm going to do this. I'm not going to buy a piece. Okay, remember, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm trying to make this shape before I cut this off. So I'm just putting some tack weld. Again, I don't know if this is right or wrong. I can't think of any other way to do it. I got earplugs in. So I got this shape here, and I got that shape there. I'm just gonna pound on it until it gets right, or I find a better way to do it. Because the only way I learn is from trying. I got a late start. It did not go the way I planned because I don't know what I'm doing. But as I do it, I'm figuring it out. But the main thing I learned, I should not have cut that piece out of there until I got this piece. So what I did, the trunk extension, there's a good section from here to here, or like here to here. I clamped the bottom of this panel to the good part of the trunk extension. And you saw what I did earlier. And then I just used the big clamp and pulled it tight and just tacked it all the way along. Now, some of this has to get replaced. But that doesn't matter because now I have my piece. I still got to cut the angle, but that's okay. Same over here. Some of this has got to be replaced. Maybe from here, I'm not even sure. Here to here, here to here, I can't remember. But I'll figure it out. But since I have the mold, I can make it. And I don't have the correct tools. I'm not even sure what the correct tools are. But I'm going to show you from here. It's not bad. So remember, I'm going to have to undo that weld, cut through that panel. It's not bad. It could, again, it's supposed to round, I think, down to nothing right here. Let's see. Well, actually, it's supposed to round. There should be a slot all the way down. The problem is, this panel right here is rotted. So I can't follow that, and I can't follow that one. But if I want it better, I can cut right here, fold that in, and then just fill that with something. But I don't know that I need to do that. Except for right here. That bugs me. So anyway, it's Wednesday. We'll see what I do tomorrow. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go. I noticed, I thought my flashlight was on. I was thinking, at a quick glance, no, it's only hitting there. I guess it's that hole right up in there. Kind of weird.